Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Malawians deserve we can rebuild and reclaim the promise of a great nation with leadership you can trust. Malawi in a hunger crisis. Fellow Malawians, it is heartbreaking to see how hunger has ravaged our nation, hitting rural communities hardest, where families are now forced to survive on wild foods like the cow and chiteze. Between October 2024 and March 2025, an estimated 28% of Malawi's population, or 5.7 million people, will be in the integrated food security phase classification, phase 3 or above, which is a crisis level of acute food insecurity. The worst in a decade. This is not just a statistic, it's a failure of governance where 4 out of every 10 children suffer from stunting due to chronic malnutrition. This grim reality exposes the lies of 3 meals a day promised by the current leadership. Instead, families endure hunger and hopelessness, a betrayed trust demanding urgent action. This crisis is not simply the result of environmental factors. It is the direct outcome of failed policies and gross incompetence. The Affordable Farm Input Program, AIP, once held as a game changer, has become a national disgrace. Corruption and inefficiency plague the program, and Malawians will never forget the butchery fertilizer deal that humiliated Chakwe's administration. The soaring price of fertilizers, now at 119,000, has made it inaccessible for many, compounding the crisis. These policy failures have exacerbated the hunger crisis, proving that reckless governance has dark consequences for the people of Malawi. How can farmers grow food when they cannot afford the very inputs they need? Malawians can't breathe. Contrast this with the Democratic Progressive Party Farm Input Program FISIP, which provided affordable inputs, ensured efficient delivery, and achieved food security across Malawi. This is what competent leadership can achieve. Under my administration, hunger was eradicated because we placed people at the heart of our policies. We understood that when farmers succeed, the nation thrives. Today, as we watch the agricultural system collapse, let us remember that it does not have to be this way. Together, with the proven leadership, we can restore hope, dignity, and food security to our people once again. Economic collapse and social struggles. My fellow Malawians, it is very sad to see how soaring prices of basic necessities, like the crippling forex crisis and the endless fuel shortages, have paralyzed our economy. Families can no longer afford essentials like maize and salt. Our businesses struggle to import goods due to the forex shortage. Small businesses are shutting down. Young people are losing hope, and families are being torn apart by poverty. These are not just numbers, that the day struggles of Malawians, caught in an economy spiraling out of control. Life has become unbearable. Across Malawi, young graduates face the harsh reality of unemployment, like a talented engineer in Blantyre, who, despite his qualifications, finds himself selling goods on the streets to survive. His story mirrors the plight of countless young professionals trapped in a system trying to create opportunities. In rural areas, farmers who once thrived under supportive policy now watch their crops fail due to unaffordable inputs and broken promises. This is also a time when our witnesses the highest number of suicides in Malawi's history, a devastating indicator of the despair that has gripped our nation. People have lost hope, and many see no way out of their struggles. Under my administration, we prioritized economic stability and made basic commodities affordable for Malawians. Our policies ensure that business could thrive, farmers were supported, and families lived with dignity. Today, those achievements are distant memory. It is time to restore stability, revive opportunities, and bring dignity back to our people. Freedom under fire. My fellow Malawians, I'm deeply disturbed by the rising tide of oppression gripping our nation. Malawi is now a police state, where the citizens live under constant fear of arbitrary arrests. Reports of journalists being detained for exposing corruption, peaceful demonstrations being met with tear gas, and opposition members being targeted have become all too common. This government has weaponized law enforcement to silence dissent, eroding trust in institutions meant to protect the people. Political opponents, activists, and even ordinary Malawians are targeted, creating an environment where trust in the institutions meant to protect the people has been completely eroded. These actions are not just undemocratic, they are an affront to the very values we hold dear as a nation. Let the voice of the people be heard. Let their grievances be addressed. Democracy cannot thrive where fear reigns. Political persecution. Fellow Malawians, I'm distressed by the relentless political persecution targeting members of the DPP. Arrests, smear campaigns, and intimidation have become the hallmark of this government's strategy to silence opposition voices. Just 3 days ago, during a peaceful gathering, our members were tear gas, and Honorable Brenda Said Banda was shot. A bullet meant to intimidate and suppress dissent. She now lies in a hospital bed, a living testament to the length this government will go to crush the opposition. It's not governance, this is tyranny. To the current leadership, I say, focus on addressing the real issues that matter to Malawians. Fuel shortages will not end through oppression. Hunger will not be eradicated through political witch hunts. Medicines will not return to hospitals by silence your critics. These acts of intimidation only serve to deepen the divisions in our society and weaken our democracy. A threat to democracy. Fellow Malawians, our democracy is at a crossroads. The National Registration Bureau and the Malawi Election Commission have failed to manage the voter registration process effectively, leaving Malawians disillusioned and questioning the integrity of our democratic systems. Registration officers arriving late or failing to report, generators run out of fuel, and centers run out of essential registration forms are not just logistical failures. There are systematic efforts to disenfranchise citizens and undermine their constitutional rights. These deliberate attempts to silence the voices of Malawians cannot be ignored. Democracy thrives on fairness and inclusivity, yet this government has chosen a path of suppression and incompetence. From Sanje to Nzuzu, citizens are being denied their right to participate in shaping their future, leaving many to wonder whether their voices will count at all. Despite these obstacles, I assure you, no vote will be stolen and no voice will be silenced. The Democratic Progressive Party is fully committed to safeguarding the integrity of the upcoming elections. We will deploy trained monitors to every polling station, work with independent observers, and ensure that every Malawian who is eligible to vote can do so without fear or intimidation. Together, we'll protect our democracy and reclaim the future of this nation. Mark my words, on Tuesday, 2nd September 2025, the DPP will deliver a decisive victory and restore democracy, hope, and prosperity to Malawi. Together, we'll reclaim our nation's future. A new dawn for Malawi, reclaiming our future. Fellow Malawians, it is time to stand united, to speak with one voice, and reclaim the promise of a great nation. Help is on the way. Freedom is within reach. But freedom will only come if we rise together, reject fear, and boldly make our voices heard at the ballot box. Let us not allow oppression to silence us. Let us vote decisively to remove this government that has betrayed the trust of Malawians. To the MCP leadership, take this as a final warning. Your incompetence, corruption, and tyranny have pushed Malawians to the brink, and they will no longer be silenced. The arrests, the police brutality, and this systematic oppression have exposed your fear of accountability. But know this, Malawians will stand firm and they will not be intimidated. We demand free, fair, and credible elections. Any attempt to manipulate or subvert the will of the people will be met with a united, resolute resistance. To my fellow Malawians, the farmers who cannot afford fertilizer, the youth robbed of opportunities, and the mothers striving, you are not alone. Together, will rise above this oppression. Together, we'll fight for justice, equality, and progress. Do not fear. Let your voices echo through the ballot box. This is our time to reclaim the Malawi we deserve. Malawians, let us end this suffering and take our country back. Together, we will stand united, cast our voice, and restore a government that truly represents the will of the people. This is our time to demand accountability and reclaim the dignity of every Malawian. On Tuesday, 16 September 2025, let us march to the polls with determination and courage. Let us restore leadership that cares, delivers, and protects the dreams of every Malawian. The battle for a better Malawi now begins, and together we will win. Let us return to the proven leadership. Let us return to the Democratic Progressive Party. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Republic of Malawi.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.